What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today's tutorial is going to be a crop top with the fade on the side. We're also going to be lining them up. So yeah, get ready, stay tuned. It's going to be dope. So to begin the haircut, I'm not actually going to be starting off on the top. Right here, what I'm doing is basically just combing out his hair, trying to get a feel for exactly what direction his hair wants to go ahead and lay down, and just to really get to know his hair. So I thought for this haircut, I think it's best to go ahead and do about like a mid fade. So here I'm using my Babyliss trimmers to go ahead and set in my bald guideline, and when I'm doing this, I'm making sure that both sides are going to be exactly the same, because you do not want to have one side higher than the other. It's just going to be all messed up. So, and you guys know what, like these new trimmers, these new Babyliss trimmers, I actually really like them. They come with like a nice grip feel to them, and I don't know, I think they're just dope. And the new blade that it comes with is actually thinner than the previous models that they've had, and to me they're actually really good. Now here I'm going in with my Andis Pro Foil shaver, and the reason why I like to use this one in particular is because I find that the wall, I always have to replace the foil on the wall a lot more than what I have to replace these. So these are definitely a lot more heavy duty, I would say, and they're also really strong. So that's some of the reasons why I prefer this one over the wall. Alright, so now I'm switching over to my wall cordless magic clip. This is going to be the clipper I'm going to be using for the fade, and starting off with the lever all the way open, I'm going to go ahead and create my first initial guideline by going up about an inch. And when I'm going in, I'm making sure that I'm flicking out, trying not to leave such a hard line. That way it's not so hard to go ahead and blend it out. So now here I'm going to go ahead and close the lever all the way, and I'm going to start to work out the very bottom line. And once again, once I'm going up, I'm making sure that I'm doing nice flicks. That way I'm not trying to set in a super hard line and make my job a lot harder. So now here I have the lever halfway, and then we're gonna go ahead and continue to blend out the bottom line. This should pretty much get rid of it completely, but I mean, not everyone's head is perfect, so you are gonna have to play with the lever a little bit depending on what it needs. So now that the bottom line is completely blended out, here I attach my number 1 guard, and once again, starting with the lever all the way open, I'm gonna go ahead and create another guideline going up another inch. Now here I have my half guard, and we're gonna go ahead and start to work out that bottom line, starting from the top to the bottom, starting to down fade. So here I'm making sure that I'm flicking out but staying underneath the 1 guard all the way open. And every time I'm closing the lever, like I'm doing right here, I have the lever halfway, I'm going about like a 1/4 of an inch lower than my previous step. Here I'm closing the lever all the way, and I'm pretty much going to be using the corners the entire time, just trying to knock out those little dark spots that I see. going to continue to do the same exact steps on the back. I find that the back is a little bit trickier than the side. I don't know why, but I tend to spend a lot more time on the back. Here I noticed a little bit of a line. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I did. So I stopped what I was doing, went back and made sure that it was perfect before I moved on to my next step, which is attaching my number 2 guard, starting with the lever all the way open. And now I'm gonna start to go in on the side of his lineup area, just so it's all nice and even. And a two guard all the way open still kind of leaves it dark enough to where once you go and line it up, it's gonna be really crispy. So now here I have my number 1.5 guard, starting with the lever all the way open, and we're gonna go ahead and start to down fade to remove the bottom line. Now here I'm closing the lever all the way and then just knocking out that area that I see at the very bottom. So now here to get ready to go ahead and clipper over comb, I'm gonna go ahead and section out the bangs because I definitely do not want to cut those. It's very important, especially since I'm gonna be lining up the hairline. It's very important to leave those long. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and section it out. And the way I use a clipper over comb is I try to find the the shortest part, which was a 2.5, and kind of go in with my clipper over comb at a 45-degree angle, just making sure that I'm keeping the shape that I want for the haircut to kind of flow. So now to go ahead and begin trimming down the top, I'm gonna go ahead and section out the bangs once again. And this section, if I was to go ahead and section off both sides, it would kind of look like a pyramid, I would say. Like the tip of the pyramid would stop like at the very middle top of his head. And I like doing this just to further blend the side to the top by grabbing horizontal sections on the side. That way it all starts to lay down nice. So now here I'm gonna go ahead and grab my first section, and this first section is really not gonna be too big of a deal because I'm not gonna be cutting too much off, just because I did go in with the clipper over comb, and the long hair closest to that is already pretty much blended in. So yeah, I'm gonna just continue to do that until I get to the middle of his head. So on this side is going to be exactly the same as we did on the other side. I just thought I'd show you guys just so you guys see a different angle. Alright, so now for the middle top part of his head, I'm gonna go ahead and start off in the front area, get my guideline, work that guideline all the way to the back, and then match it with both sides. And I'm not gonna be cutting too much off just because I do want to leave it kind of long still. That way I'm able to really go in and point cut and leave nice texture. So now to go ahead and apply some texture, I'm gonna be working from the back to the front. I just find it easier to go ahead and section out the hair by doing that, by going back to front. Now another way I like to go ahead and apply texture is just by gliding my scissors through like in a diagonal manner. And I'm not really trying to cut off a lot of hair, I'm just kind of just gliding it just to kind of trim it just a little bit and give it more texture. Now when you guys are doing these type of hairstyles, any type of crop or textured look, you really want to make sure that your client's hair is super dry before you apply any type of product, which could be like a matte pomade or just texture powder. So in this case, I only ended up using texture powder. I didn't feel the need to use any type of pomade, just because when I applied this this powder and kind of messed it up with my hands, I kind of liked the look that just the powder gave me, so that's kind of why I left the pomade out. Now I'm telling you guys, these liners are hitters. Like, I use them for balding out, for lining up. I use them on kids, on adults. These things are nice. I'm telling you guys should definitely, if you guys don't have these, you guys should definitely get a pair of them, because they are definitely worth buying. Alright you guys, so we're getting to the end of the haircut. If you guys stuck around, I really appreciate you and appreciate the support. But I hope you guys liked this haircut. If you guys did, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Also, leave your guys' feedback in the comment section down below. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you guys would like to see more pictures and kind of stories and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.